He followed her around and done everything. And I learned from that, this was a tough subject when he came to me. He would bite you. He would strike you if he didn't want to do something. He had a lot of bad habits, and 7 weeks later, him and Dakota are doing everything. They're playing ball. He's carrying her backpack, following her around. And so, you can teach him anything. The other time, and patience. And that's the only thing that trains horses is time and patience. Persistently and patiently teach them what you want them to do. And that's why I've developed most everything I've done and how I've got where I'm at. But it doesn't make any difference. I'm doing tricks with him, I'm riding him. Everything I do starts with Mother Nature. If you watch baby colts play in the pasture, sitting and nibbling at one another's front legs, you see baby colts develop this right here.
Yeah.
Everything I've taught these horses is actually comes off Mother Nature. And this horse doesn't want to put his knee down on this rubber mat. I asked for dirt in here, we couldn't get it. So I'm not going to make him, because I've got too many hours in this horse to undo his bows and his lay down on these hard rubber mats. So I also think of my horses constantly. What is the best thing for him? The best thing for him is not bowing him on these rubber mats, but I want to bow him next week in a movie. So I'm thinking of his well-being. Even though he is my employee, I take very good care of him. I don't think there's a movie being made that hurts an animal. I won't be involved with it. I've quit several that wanted to. I won't be in any part of it. I'm very proud of my career. I've never lost a horse in a movie. I hope never to, because I try to protect them the very, very best I can. But everything I teach them goes back to Mother Nature. So Fly was agitating this horse in the chest right here. What would he do? Seeing Fly come up here and agitated him up here. What would he do? So all of my cues go back to Mother Nature and how what he does naturally. It's not brain surgery, it's sitting and studying a horse and seeing what he does. T, kiss, kiss. This is slam generally studs do quite a bit. This horse is gelding and doesn't really care to do it. But the other thing is I took it off of him because I just done a movie called Temple Grandin. Temple Grandin, T was supposed to be a sick horse. And he said, what can we do to make him look sick? Blow your nose. Blow. Blow. So I put that on him simply for Temple Grandin. He also had to play sick horse and lay down. If we had better footing in here, I'd lay this horse down. He'll lay right here as long as I tell him. But I'm not going to do it in here and hurt this horse. It's not worth it to me. He's worth too much to me. He made me a lot. And I take care of him quite a bit. People watch my horse and they say, oh, I want a rare on him. I don't recommend it. I have 11 of them, but I don't recommend it. I also don't recommend this one. It'll get you in trouble in heartbeat. T. This horse has a fight on him. Very easy to put on one. I can put it on any horse in about 15 minutes. The trick is getting control of it. A lot of people make them. And a lady come to me today and says, I got one that does that in the stall. We can't get in the stall with it. You taught it to him. I did not. Oh, yes, you did. He wasn't doing it when you first put him in that stall, was he? No. Well, then you've done something to cause it. You may not have. The groom, somebody did. Somebody caused it. My horses, you'll notice a big bite mark on this horse's cheek. He lives outside. He lives with the stud and 5 other geldings. They are a herd animal, and I treat them as of such. I walk in that corral, I call him, he comes to me, and I use him, but I put him back out there and let him live like Mother Nature wanted him to. When I have trouble with a horse in a box stall, I try to get him out. This horse come out of box stall environment, being at the racetrack, and had a lot of bad habits. He'd bite you, he would strike you. If he didn't want you near him, he'd tell you so. And part of erasing it was getting him out of that environment. Now, yes, I had to keep him all the way through the movie for another 10 weeks in a box stall. We started erasing it then, and then when I got home, I finished erasing it. And the biggest eraser was 3 brothers I had that I raised. They're 8, 9, 10 years old, and they erased a lot of it. And they're by my old paint horse. And he said, we don't stand for that. and they taught him. And so a lot of times I stop and study a horse and say, what's his problems? They're man-made. No matter what, they're man-made. He was born a blank chalkboard. And so everything he has on him was man-made. This one coming in came to me. He had been to 8 trainers prior to our, and so we took a hold of this horse. I showed my son what to do, and I stepped back and let him do it. Everything on this horse, my 16-year-old now just turned, soon be 18, my son put on this horse. Yes, he's been around it every day of his life. And so everything this horse has, Ryan done it. I may have corrected some of the things he was doing, but Ryan trained it on him. He knows respect for Ryan. Ryan's put quite a bit of whip cues on him. He now rides gentle as a pup. The people that I got him from swear to God it's not the same horse until they really look at him and say, yeah, it's the same horse. But he was a problem child. He was 5 years old. He had been 3 years winning every battle he ever fought. He come to my house and he lost because we put a tremendous amount of foundation in him, taught him to respect Ryan. When he started respecting Ryan, all the other stuff stopped. He is now, this is the first thing we went and done with this horse. He'd never been off our place except when he went to camp last summer with Ryan. Ryan was a counselor at a Boy Scout camp, took this horse up there and used him all summer. And so this horse has come a long way in the last 2 years. But it took 2 years to get it out of me. And that's why I stress persistence, patience. It didn't happen overnight. It took quite a while to get it. And this horse now is, he likes to go to work, likes to go and do stuff, and his whole life has changed from the way he comes to my house. He was on one of the biggest ranches in California, and the foreman said, get him off this ranch and don't bring him back. We spent all afternoon chasing him after he bucked the cowboys off. I want him off the ranch today. He came from there straight to my house. And the boy wasn't very happy because he lost half of what he'd given for him when I bought him. But the lady he bought him from, she lost almost $3,000. But I had rode him and I knew that he was a big problem. I had a horse roll over me, crippled me for 2 years. And I said, when I heal up, I'll take the horse back. But she got in a hurry, sent him elsewhere, and he became a big problem child. But I can't stress enough, he was man-made. Man caused it. And a lot of times accidentally, but it happens. And this horse was a cinch, what I call a cinch binder. And he was very, very bad about it. And that goes back to whoever saddled him the first time caused the problem. Teach a horse to breed as you're cinching him and you won't have a cinch binder. And it's very, very common sense that if a horse not breathing between them, that a horse is standing there not breathing. He's holding his breath, he's locked up, he's taking shallow breaths, and you're cinching him. And he's standing there. Pretty soon the brain said, hey, we're not getting enough oxygen up here. Somebody do something. So they pull back, they flop over backwards, they buck, they do something stupid. And the owner says, oh, you're getting on him, he's crazy. Not crazy. He misunderstood, and they caused it. But, okay. But we taught this horse to breathe as we cinched him, and all of it stopped because we simply taught him to breathe. And like I say, I use a war bridle. Now I put it on. 1, 2. 2 goes above the first one. The first one pulls over and goes on. And it puts a lot of pressure on him.